I was at an event a couple of weeks ago, and Paul Canaville, who was like the first ever black player to sign for Chelsea, he was there with the Rio Ferdinand Foundation, and it was bringing kids from working class Protestant areas together with kids from working class Catholic areas. It was back in February, like over the half-term break, and they were doing cross community stuff together. And I think sport in general, and especially football, because it is working class, is really good for doing stuff like that. And I think as well, like one thing too, like I think the world is going to be mad in terms of political correctness, in terms of like people nearly be afraid to say something to like opposing football fans. But like, you know, there was one kid and he supported Cliftonville, which is very Catholic, and then the other kid supported Glentoran. Actually, there was a Catholic kid that supported Glentoran, and he said to me, I asked him what club he supported, and he told me what school he went to, and I knew he was Catholic, and he's like, Glentoran. And it's like predominantly Protestant. And I looked at him and he goes, I know people think it's weird because I'm a Catholic and I support them, but I like such and such player. But I thought like he was 14, and I was like, but that's really good, you know, like just like you're like looking at players and like the actual game instead of just blind faith. So I thought that was really interesting. But like he would like, you know, they were taking the piss out of like the Protestant kids and their teams they supported, but in like a jovial, like a good sportsmanship sort of way. Mm-hmm. So I think it can definitely bridge the divide that way. And I remember whenever both Ireland and Northern Ireland got into the Euros in 2016, there's a BBC show here, the Stephen Nolan show, and he got people to go out with like a top that said, would you swing both ways? And ask people on the street, you know, if Northern Ireland get put out, like, would you support Northern Ireland and Ireland, you know? And some people were obviously really hateful and like, no, definitely not, blah, blah. But like a majority of people were just like having the crack and saying, oh, yeah, I would, or whatever. So I think the majority of people are sort of seeing the bright side of it. And I genuinely do think football, it does bring people together more than it divides them.